Yo, what's good, family? Y'all know what it is. Tetra 127 back at you with another Tetra Tuesday topic. Hey, man, I'm sorry I missed out on y'all last week. I was down and out, man, got a little sick and stuff. So, I could barely breathe and stuff and just blowing my nose all the time, and it was crazy. So, but yeah, I'm back at it. Unfortunately, the queen won't be able to join me this week. Schedules is just crazy and everything, but she'll be back on with me next week, and I'm sure we gonna have some good convo for y'all. Today, I decided to actually go through some email questions and stuff that get sent to I say email, like DMs and stuff like that. But, people are, want to send a little questions and stuff here and there and stuff. So I'm going to read some of these over. I got my computer over here up for me. So that's why I keep looking off to the side to make sure I can stay on track and everything. But yeah, I'm going to just jump on into these questions, man. And let's see what happened. Let it do what it do. All right. So the first question got sent in. It says, what printing process would you recommend for someone who was just starting out in the apparel business? So yeah, that's gonna depend, man. It just really depends on what your overall goal is. Obviously it's gonna depend on your budget, the availability you have, the space you have, maybe in your home or something, whatever it happens to be. But just in general, for most people, I would say probably the best process would probably be DTG, which is direct to garment. I'm actually going to have a video that talks about a lot of the different printing processes and what exactly that mean. Like this shirt right here is a DTG. Basically, you just put your shirt into a printer and it prints whatever it is on top of the shirt. So whatever design you have, it'll print it on the shirt, literally through a printer. Not your average printer, but still, it's literally sending your shirt through a printer. So, and you feel it like it's literally all the stuff is imprinted into the shirt. So, sometimes you can feel a little bit of roughness and stuff, but for the most part, it's embedded into the shirt and into the fabric. So, yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people will want to start off their apparel business print on demand, which is how we started as well. We're actually still using some print on demand as well too. But with that, a lot of print on demand companies are going to be using the DTG. As of late, a lot of them are starting to pick up some more DTF, which is direct to film. And again, I'll go over that in another video and stuff. Usually don't do any screen printing. But for the most part, again, it's a lot of DTG and stuff, direct to garment printing. And so, yeah, I think that would probably be the best route for you to go. It's the quicker way to do it. Again, if you're going through POD, it's not necessarily the most economically feasible thing to do. But again, when you're starting off and especially if you're going the POD route, you're looking for as little upfront costs as you can possibly have, as well as not having to have a bunch of inventory at your home, or renting out a space to put inventory at and stuff like that. Then yeah, I think DTG going the POD route would probably be the best idea to do. So yeah, hope that answered your question pretty good. All right. Next question we got. Why is your faith so strong and how do you stay connected to it? Well, first of all, thank you for believing my faith is very strong. I do depend and lean into my faith every day of my life. Why is it so strong? Shoot, man, I got a long list, but the gist of it is my lived experience. Most people know I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of people don't really even recognize, it's that many black people there and stuff. But yeah, I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, man. Grew up amongst criminal activity, involved in gangs. All of my family members and stuff was, involved in a life, whether that be in the gangs, drugs, pimping, whatever it happened to be. People was in the streets, and that's kind of what I idolized and I looked up to. My neighborhood was no different. We was all, gang banging and stuff like that growing up. And so, I've lost a lot of people in my life. I've seen a lot of criminal activity happen. I've seen a lot of tragedy happen, a lot of trauma people have experienced. I've unfortunately seen a little kid shot in front of me and died. So it's a lot of stuff has gone on in my life, man. And through it all, God has continued to protect me. You know, I've never been shot myself. I've had my ears split open once, but you know, that's a long story behind that. A lot of other close calls and stuff have happened. You know, I've had red beans put on me, and again, I didn't get shot. I've had other people, you know, I've had people get shot at the top of the hill, and I'm like, you know, 10, 15 feet away from the shooter, and I didn't get shot, but everybody at the top of the hill gets shot. I mean, so many different things that I could go through. Again, I've lost well over 50 people in my life. I got a shoebox full of obituaries, and just God has always preserved me for whatever reason. You know, I mean, I can't say why, you know, that I'm alive to have a testimony when, you know, as so many other of my friends and even family members that aren't alive to kind of tell their story, you know. And so that alone gives me faith enough to keep pushing through every day. I know what I've been through. I know what God has pulled me through and brought me through. And there's nothing nobody can take from me for that, you know. And it wasn't until I actually pressed into my faith that I started to see things change, you know. When I started learning about, you know, again, identity, purpose, and legacy, once I started learning about that, the game completely changed for me. My life completely changed. And everything around me would be burning around in flames. But yeah, everything about my life was just like, it was still standing tall, you know, not even smelling like smoke, you know, like the 3 Hebrew boys. But yeah, so I lean into my faith in all situations because, like I said, it's lived experience. This is everything that I've been through. Ain't no way in the world nobody can tell me there isn't a God, you know. On top of that, you know, all the studying that I do and stuff leads me to the God, Jesus Christ, you know, Yeshua, Yahweh. But that's a whole nother story as well. So yeah, the gist is the lived experience is everything. And nobody can take that away from me. Sorry about that coughing, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm still trying to get over some stuff. Next question. Let's see. Why did you choose the field of violence intervention? And are you ever scared? Man, violence intervention chose me. I didn't choose it. This is part of my purpose. Like the last question, you know, I grew up in gangs and stuff like that. I grew up around criminal activity, doing a whole lot of stuff I shouldn't have been doing, being in situations and environments that I shouldn't have been in. And it's God's gift to me that I'm able to go back into those same environments and help other people see the light. You know, what's abnormal has unfortunately become normal. And until you can get, you know, until you can flip the coin over and see the other side, you don't really understand how abnormal your life is. And so because of that, now that I'm on the other side of the fence per se, I can help other people be like, hey, you know what you think is living really ain't living. You just existing right now. I want to show you how to live. And if you just take my advice, you know, I don't try to dictate your life. I don't want to dictate every move you make. I just want to give you some advice. And I promise you, if you listen to my advice, your life will turn out better. You'll definitely be better for it. And so, yeah, violence intervention chose me. Am I scared? No, I'm not scared. And I think that's just a product of me coming out of the environment that I came out of. You know, I've been around violence my whole life. I've been shot at multiple times. So there's nothing that really kind of scares me, puts me off my pivot or nothing like that. So I go in environments cognizant of what's there. You know, I always know about the dangers and stuff that are in front of me, but I never go in thinking like, oh my goodness, like, I don't want to get shot today. I don't want to get, you know, injured. I don't want to get hurt. Like, what would happen if the enemy slide through? You know, I don't think about none of that type stuff. I know I got a mission. I got a mandate. The Father has protected me. He's purposed me for this very thing. And so I'll go in every situation with eyes open, but expecting to see God do great things, great and amazing things, you know. And it ain't always pretty, you know. Like I said, even in this field of violence intervention, you know, I've had my car shot up before and stuff like that. It wasn't intentional. They weren't trying to shoot up my car. I just happened to be at a house that got shot at in a drive-by, you know, and I was speaking to the individual who had ended up getting shot. and my car got shot up in the process. But you know, it wasn't a nervous or scary situation for myself. It just comes with the territory. And so I just keep the faith that God has got me. You know, if I'm here on my mission that God's got me here for, then he's going to bring me through it, you know. So, yeah, that's kind of what I can say about that question. Appreciate it. Next question. Ooh, why don't you do music anymore? That's probably, I can't say it's a long answer, but I mean, it's just a new season. I mean, I'm old now. I got family. I got kids. Like I got other stuff I need to be doing. You know, obviously, if my music career would have really took off, you know, and I was, you know, traveling across the world and all that type of stuff, you know, things would be different, you know. But it never took off to the point to where, you know, I was just doing it full time, you know, and really making a living off it like that. You know, I had a little buzz here and there, you know, been in magazines and stuff like that, and, you know, radio station interviews and all that type of stuff, man. But it never really like took off and popping and stuff, you know. But there's other people in the field who are doing it, and, you know, much love and blessing to them for continuing to hold the mantle down and carry it on into the future and stuff. So, you know, my time is really up in music, you know. Not saying I don't still like music. Not saying that I don't, you know, I still got the gang of music that I never released. It may or may not get released. You know, every once in a blue moon, I might write something new. But as far as like just, you know, trying to have a music career, that ain't for me no more. You know, I'll probably just use it for, you know, once I get back into the prisons and continue to do my curriculum and stuff, I'll probably use the music for that. Just because it's more of a bonding moment, you know, a rapport building activity and stuff, using my music for that. But outside of that, yeah, my music career is over. I'm too old for that stuff. You know, I'm not trying to get back out there in the music scene no more. But always willing to connect with anybody in the CHH world. So holla at us, let us know what you got going. We love to be able to spread your music across the world, you know, as we spread this message of Tetra across the world too. So DM me, inbox me something, you know, hit me up, email, whatever it happens to be. And yeah, I'll support y'all movement. Y'all can support ours. Let's see what we got next. Let me see how many more. I'll do one more question. What's your favorite area of biblical studies? So I'm gonna have to go with apologetics as a whole. I love apologetics. For those of you who don't know what apologetics is basically giving an answer for the reason of the hope that lies within you. Just like in the book of Peter says. So like, it just like, why do you believe? Like, why do you have faith? Like, you know, people will sit up here and tell you that the people in the Bible never existed. Jesus wasn't a real person. David never existed. All these are all allegories. These are fake stories, you know, yada, yada, yada. Like, so why would I believe? Well, because I've actually done the research and I understand that these are actual historical individuals. These are historical events. And the archaeology is like one of the most fascinating things for me, man, because we can go back into history, things that have been buried in the ground for thousands of years, and pull out biblical history out of it. Man, like, it's super cool, man. Like, at some point, you know, I almost wish, like, if I was younger, you know, that, you know, I would have went into archaeology. You know, I wasn't thinking about that back in the day. But if I was younger, that's something I definitely would have done, is gone into archaeology as a field of study, and, you know, probably went abroad and done some archaeological digs and stuff like that at some sites. So, yeah, I love archaeology. That's a big part of apologetics for me, is, you know, learning some of the archaeological finds, people and places and events that have happened. And so when a naysayer come around and say, oh, you know, this never really happened, or, you know, whatever happened to be, I can be like, hey, guess what? I got some information for you. And it ain't just me talking. I can actually show you the artifact. You know, I can show you where this came from. I can tell you where the dig came from, and, you know, showing pictures and everything. I got a bunch of archaeological books and stuff at the house. I'm constantly watching archaeological videos. I'm listening to a lot of different debates and stuff like that. So yeah, when it comes to apologetics, man, I love it. Like, I be knee deep in it. I ain't gonna act like I'm like, cream of the crop out here, but I know some things. I know a few things. So yeah, archaeology, apologetics is just what I love to do. So I'm knee deep in it pretty much every single day. So yeah, I love it. That's what I do. Yeah, but I think that's what I'm gonna stop at today. Hope y'all like these questions. Hope you like the answer to the questions. Keep shooting them through. Like, I mean, I ain't even asked for them, but hey, keep shooting them through. I appreciate those. Hopefully we can get some more questions for a couple weeks coming out, maybe, because I know me and Babe go talk about some other stuff for next week. But yeah, definitely keep sending them through. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the investment. Y'all know we got the new drops and stuff. Greatly appreciate those. We gonna continue to be dropping some new stuff in the next coming weeks, in the next coming months. We gonna try to theme some things out a little bit this year and see how that works with us and everything. But as always, we love y'all. Thank y'all again. I can't thank y'all enough for just investing in what God has invested in me. So as always, like I say, remember, you were designed by the divine, and once you know your worth, then you got to show your worth, because legacy is everything. Welcome to the Tetra Life.